She says she's code switching. Which code is she switching to? She's not code switching. She is not reverting back to her authentic accent. She is performing a caricature of what she thinks a Southern black drawl sounds like. And it sounds nearly as fake as when Hillary Clinton did it. And then what does she do? She immediately refers to her allegedly hardscrabble upbringing and her false claim that she grew up in the Bronx. This is a lie. On her campaign website in 2018, she said that her life was defined by the 40-minute commute between her family in the Bronx and school in the suburbs. Not true. In the state of New York, you don't just get to commute from a bad neighborhood in the Bronx to whatever public school you want to go to upstate. That's not how it works. You get districted into your school. If that were the case, everybody in a bad school district in the city would just commute up to the suburbs. She did not commute. She lived there. She lived there from the age of 5 all the way until 2016, according to Westchester land records. According to Westchester County land records, until a year or two before she ran for Congress from Queens, she lived with her parents, not just in Westchester, but in a very ritzy part of northern Westchester. That is not her upbringing. It's not being weaponized against her. The only thing that is being used as a weapon against her is her obvious lie about where she comes from. And some people have said to me, Michael, stop it. Don't talk about her obvious fraud. Just talk about the craziness of her proposals. No, this is a bad idea. You have to point out that she is a fraud through and through. Look, there's this conspiracy theory, it's sort of half a conspiracy theory, that AOC was cast in the role of being a congressional candidate, that actually she's just an actress. This is half true in so much as she did audition for a political action committee, which were her, and remain still to this day, her backers in her political career. Doesn't mean she's just an actress. She might have had an interest in politics, and the difference between politics and show business gets blurry sometimes. But it's so important to focus on this fraud because this is what she always goes back to. She says, you're just attacking me because I grew up in an underprivileged environment. You're just going after me because I'm from the Bronx. You're just going after me because, listen, I don't know how to use the English language properly because I grew up in this bad neighborhood in the Bronx and we had bad schooling. No. The way to expose all of those lies, to cut off all of her defenses at the knees, is to point out that she is a total fraud through and through. She, for her entire conscious life, grew up in an extremely wealthy, privileged area of Westchester County. She attended a very good school district, Yorktown High School. She then went to a very expensive private college in Massachusetts, Boston University, which cost $72,000 per year to attend. And then she moved right back to her mother's house after college and lived there until basically she decided to run for Congress. She had as privileged an upbringing as you can possibly have on earth. In the grand scheme of all of human history, virtually nobody has had a more privileged upbringing than Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She was taught the English language perfectly well. She does not have a Southern drawl, a cartoon drawl that she thinks is going to pander to her audience. It's just a lie.